Personality disorders are deeply ingrained patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving that deviate from cultural expectations, are inflexible, and often cause significant distress or problems in a person's life. These patterns are not fleeting moods or temporary phases. They are long-standing and typically begin in adolescence or early adulthood. Understanding them is not about labeling people, but about recognizing the struggles they face and the impact these patterns have on their relationships, work, and overall well-being. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, known as the DSM-5, identifies 10 officially recognized personality disorders, but for the sake of deeper understanding, we'll also discuss one additional personality-related condition that shares similar characteristics. Each has unique traits, yet they all share the common feature of creating challenges in functioning and interpersonal dynamics. Paranoid personality disorder is characterized by an ongoing pattern of distrust and suspicion of others, even when there is no apparent reason for it. People with this disorder often believe that others are out to harm, exploit, or deceive them. They may be hyper-alert to possible threats and interpret benign remarks or actions as malicious. Relationships can be difficult to maintain because their guardedness makes emotional closeness hard to achieve. This constant state of vigilance can lead to isolation, as they struggle to let their guard down and may misinterpret kindness as manipulation. Schizoid personality disorder involves a profound detachment from social relationships and a limited range of emotional expression. Individuals with this disorder often appear cold, aloof, or indifferent to social interactions. They typically prefer solitary activities, have little interest in close relationships, and may not seek out friendships or romantic partners. Their emotional flatness can make it hard for others to connect with them. And while they may function well in certain jobs or routines, they often lead very isolated lives. This detachment is not necessarily rooted in anxiety or fear. It's simply a lack of desire for emotional intimacy. Schizotypal personality disorder combines social discomfort with eccentric thinking and behavior. People with this disorder may have odd beliefs or magical thinking, such as believing they can read minds or that certain coincidences have deep personal meaning. Their speech or dress may be unusual, and they often feel intense discomfort in social situations. While they may want connections, their odd mannerisms and unusual perceptions can make it difficult to form lasting bonds. In some cases, schizotypal traits can resemble the early stages of schizophrenia, though they are less severe and more persistent. Antisocial personality disorder is perhaps one of the most well-known, but also one of the most misunderstood. It involves a pervasive disregard for the rights of others, a pattern of deceit, impulsivity, and often criminal behavior. People with this disorder may lie, manipulate, or exploit others without remorse. They often act impulsively, disregard safety, and fail to honor commitments. While they may be charming or charismatic, this is often a tool to manipulate. Their lack of empathy makes it easy for them to harm others for personal gain, and their inability to conform to societal norms frequently leads to conflict with the law. Borderline personality disorder is defined by intense emotional instability, fear of abandonment, and difficulty maintaining relationships. Individuals with BPD may experience rapid mood swings, going from idealizing someone to suddenly devaluing them. Their self-image can shift dramatically, and they may engage in impulsive behaviors such as reckless spending, substance use, or self-harm. The fear of being abandoned, whether real or imagined, can drive extreme efforts to avoid it, sometimes leading to emotional outbursts or desperate attempts to keep someone close. Relationships often feel like a roller coaster for both the person with BPD and their loved ones. Histrionic personality disorder is characterized by a constant need for attention and approval. People with this disorder often use dramatic or theatrical behavior to be noticed, and they may become uncomfortable when they are not the center of attention. They can be charming and engaging, but their emotions might seem shallow or exaggerated. Relationships may feel superficial because interactions often focus on appearance, approval, and validation, rather than deep connection. While they are often sociable and outgoing, their need for admiration can sometimes come across as insincere or manipulative. Narcissistic personality disorder involves an inflated sense of self-importance, a need for excessive admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. Individuals with NPD often believe they are special or unique and expect special treatment. They may exploit others to achieve their goals, show arrogance, and become envious or believe others envy them. While they can appear confident, their self-esteem is often fragile, and they may react with anger or defensiveness to perceived criticism. Relationships are often challenging because they tend to prioritize their own needs over others, and their inability to empathize can leave partners and friends feeling used or undervalued. Avoidant personality disorder is marked by extreme shyness, sensitivity to criticism, and feelings of inadequacy. People with this disorder deeply desire social connection but fear rejection so intensely that they avoid interactions unless they are certain of acceptance. They may view themselves as socially inept or unappealing, and even minor criticism can feel devastating. This avoidance can lead to loneliness and missed opportunities, creating a cycle where their fear of rejection becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Despite this, with support and encouragement, many can learn to build trust and engage more openly in relationships. Dependent personality disorder is defined by an overwhelming need to be taken care of, which leads to submissive and clingy behavior. People with DPD often fear being alone and may go to great lengths to avoid conflict or abandonment, even tolerating mistreatment to maintain a relationship. They may struggle to make decisions without reassurance and feel helpless or anxious when they are not with someone they rely on. This dependency can limit their personal growth and independence, as they place the responsibility for their well-being in the hands of others. Obsessive-compulsive personality disorder, not to be confused with obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, involves a preoccupation with orderliness, perfectionism, and control. People with OCPD may set unrealistically high standards for themselves and others, becoming frustrated when things are not done their way. They often focus so much on rules, details, and organization that they lose sight of the bigger picture. While their dedication and reliability can be strengths, their rigidity can strain relationships and limit flexibility in both work and personal life. Unlike OCD, OCPD is about personality traits rather than intrusive thoughts and compulsions. The 11th personality-related condition worth discussing is passive-aggressive personality disorder, which is no longer officially recognized in the DSM but still describes a set of behaviors that can be highly disruptive. People with these traits often express their negative feelings indirectly rather than openly addressing them. This can include procrastination, stubbornness, deliberate inefficiency, or backhanded compliments. Instead of confronting issues directly, they may subtly undermine others or express hostility in covert ways. This indirect approach to conflict can create confusion and tension in relationships, as the underlying resentment is never fully addressed. Each of these personality disorders has its own complexities, but they share the common theme of creating significant challenges in life and relationships. They are not simply quirks or bad habits. They are deeply rooted patterns that shape the way a person perceives themselves in the world. While living with or loving someone with a personality disorder can be difficult, understanding the underlying traits can foster empathy and encourage healthier boundaries. With professional support, therapy, and self-awareness, many people with personality disorders can learn to manage their symptoms, build stronger relationships, and improve their quality of life. Recognizing the signs is not about judgment. It's about opening the door to understanding, compassion, and change.